Okay, I believe we are live. Just give me a sec here. Do. Notifications. All right, there we go. We are live. We live. Okay, cool. We are live. Ooh, I got a little notification on my phone too that we're live. That's always cool. All right, let me just mute that so we don't get any disturbances. All right, first off, if you guys can hear me, let me know loud and clear. Whoever is joining, give it a minute. It's always lagging by a minute, and then we'll start right away. All right. Hello. Can you hear me? Am I loud and clear, friends? Good? Ready? Just gonna wait. Yes. Okay, cool. Thanks, whoever said that. All right, so thanks, Tubby. All right. So yes, there's a lot I want to talk about in this live stream. There's a lot we have to cover. It's been a while since we've actually done a live stream, and I do blame myself for that just because I've been so busy. But we have not been busy in terms of the trades. I have still been uploading every day, and of course, the trades have been very profitable. But I want to quickly talk about Bitcoin. The Tether news is a bull run over, what's going on, and of course, some market updates. Now, I first want to talk about the Bitcoin trade we entered in terms of a long position. Some of you guys asked me why we entered that long and what I saw, and I will go over that trade setup, and then I'll explain to you the news trade setup and everything that happened prior from that. So you can see on Bitcoin, we pretty much played the V-shaped formation yesterday. This was a very clean trade, very easy trade opportunity. We entered the resistance level of 68.8, and I mentioned to you guys to take those profits. Now, the reason why we wanted to lock in the profits on the initial trade is because with V-shaped formations, you want to be very cautious. And the reason for that is because once the V-shaped formation ends up completing, you tend to see a lot of traders lock in those gains. And then, of course, you start seeing a smaller reversal. Now, most reversals don't necessarily just go V-shape upwards and straight back down. That's not how a V-shaped formation works. Usually what happens is you will see a retest into exponential moving averages after a completion of a move set. Then you'll get another entry, and that entry is the main scenario. That entry right there is to know whether or not we will break above, or of course, then we're going to see another wick and then a continuation towards the downside. You can see that that's the reason why I entered a long position. Our exponential moving averages were being used as support. We entered the long position, and again, we took our profits on this zone. The reason why, number one, is because on Friday, we have a lack of volume heading into the weekend. We don't trade necessarily weekends, right? The reason why is just because of that lack of volume, and you don't necessarily want to get caught out on trades. So we want to try to be aggressive with our scalps and take as much profit as we can. You can see we entered that trade setup perfectly. Then I pretty much went MIA for a little bit, few hours. But then we got the news of the Tether. And that trade opportunity was massive, not only for the whales, but as well as for those of you that are in the channel. I mentioned to you guys short everything, short Doge, short Ethereum, short Bitcoin, and it ended up playing into a massive trade. I believe I sent it right around this zone right here. You can see that Bitcoin actually fell all the way down to 65.8. And the thing about news, mostly when it comes down to Tether or something like that, where it's a major news network, you don't want to counter trade news. If you are in a position, then you have to understand use low leverage. But if you get caught out, that is the dangerous part. And that's why I always tell you guys, when you're trading news, just trade with the trend. If the news is bearish, just short. Regardless of how the situation plays out, you will enter some profits. And that's exactly what happened on Bitcoin. We ended up looking for those shorts on Bitcoin. We ended up locking in those gains. And the reason why we immediately took those profits was because the news ended up being fake. What happened next was you can see that a lot of shorts got squeezed right here, right? A lot of shorts got wrecked. We pushed back towards the upside, and of course now the noise is still continuing to play out, but we made profits both from a long perspective earlier today and then from a short perspective. These are one of the rather very rare scenarios where this can happen. Usually, you guys know me, I like to just trade one way, and that's pretty much long. But today was a little bit different. Assuming that the news was real, let's just assume it was real and it continued to play out, that would change the narrative for Bitcoin quite a bit. The reason why is, other than the fact that Tether news has always just been noise, that's not the reason for it. The reason for it is because you have to think, okay, as nicely as I can put it, think of it like a moron, okay? Think of it like someone that has no clue what they're doing in crypto, and they read the news article, and they're gonna, what do you think, if someone is a beginner, what do you think their thought process is gonna be? Oh, Tether's getting sued by US. Okay, I want to short. I want to do this. I'm gonna sell my positions. I'm gonna panic close. That's what happens. And you have to think about it like that and say, okay, if the general public is going to be panicking, people are not going to be looking for buying opportunities. Instead, they're going to be panic closing their trades. That's where the scalps come in. You quickly enter the market for a short, ride the panic wave towards the downside. Of course, we got lucky today, right? We entered the short, profited, and then the news was fake, and then we went back up. But there are times, and I'm telling you right now, there's going to be more times when news drops again, and these opportunities are going to come again. And you have to think like a moron and say, okay, hey, if I'm new to crypto, a beginner standpoint, not a leverage trader, from a very beginning standpoint, I read the news and you know what the news is going to be, right? Like you're going to see CoinDesk articles come out and say, oh my God, Bitcoin's over. All of a sudden, all these YouTubers are going to be doing flash updates and saying, is this the end for Bitcoin's Black Swan? And that just creates more panic. But there's opportunities in panic. And that's why we entered those trade setups. Now, if you look at Bitcoin here on the chart on the daily time frame, what do we notice, ladies and gentlemen? What do we notice? This is what I mean by the market is definitely being played. Where did we bounce? Regardless of the noise, where did we bounce, guys? Look at Bitcoin on the daily chart. We bounced on the 20 exponential moving average perfectly. The reason why I said lock in, close, other than the fact that the news was fake, was because we hit our 20 exponential moving average perfectly. That, you guys always ask me, hey, Pingu, where do you guys take your profits? Where do you put? That was your profit taking zone on the daily time frames. Only two charts you have to pay attention to, the 4-hour and the daily. When the daily is extremely overbought or extremely oversold or even hitting the exponential moving averages, you know when to take your damn profits. You lock in those profits at that zone. And this goes across the board. If you're taking your profits on Bitcoin here, does that mean all of a sudden you hold your Ethereum trade? Does that mean all of a sudden you hold your Doge trade? No. You're taking profits everywhere. It doesn't matter. You lock in those profits everywhere. We do not count pennies. And I always tell you guys this, and I'm going to explain to you again what that means is pennies is, of course, let's say our Bitcoin take profit was at 66.5. I'm just going to give you guys an example. 66.5. Or let's say, actually, no, better example. Today's trade. Our take profit was at 68.8, right? So around this level. Bitcoin got near basically 68.748. So about $80 off. Are we seriously going to hold a position for an extra $50? Does that make any sense? No. Lock in your profits. You want to take the profits on the way towards the upside. If the candlestick breaks, if the wick high breaks, then yes, go ahead. Enter another long position on the break. But don't just hold for hopes and dreams. Just take what you can get. And of course, when you're trading into the resistance, you are taking the profits on the way towards the upside. If the market does end up rejecting that zone, you can see what you did, of course, reject. You're not underwater. You're not getting caught out in that position. And that is exactly why I teach you guys is to be aggressive with your trade setups. Now, looking at Ethereum on the 4-hour time frame, you can see there's multiple wicks here. We're still trading below our exponential moving averages. Everyone keeps asking me, Pingu, why are we not swing long? Why are we not taking those entries on Ethereum for a massive long position? Why? We're just scalping into the EMAs. We don't have a reason to enter a long position in terms of a swing on Ethereum. The EMAs are being used as resistance, folks. This is not a good sign. You can see that it's very simple. Every single time candlestick closes below on EMAs, enter a short position. There's no reason for the swing longs. For scalp longs into the exponential moving averages, yes, there's reasons there, right? We enter long scalps on Ethereum because we know that the EMAs were over leveraged. Scalp there, scalp there, scalp there. But we do not enter swing longs on Ethereum. We do not enter swing longs on Bitcoin. And the reason for that is because of the market volatility. It's going to get worse, guys. The elections are coming up. It is going to get worse. You guys really need to drill it into your head is when to lock in your profits. These are things I teach you all the time. If the daily exponential moving averages are being tested, you are not sitting there and saying, okay, well, what if it breaks? There is no what if. It's what is presented to you. And at that moment, the presentation was the 20 exponential moving average was hit. You are locking in your trades. The same way with Ethereum, right? When we had the breakout structure of 2711 on the 4-hour time frame, from a long perspective, what did I tell you guys that day? I said, look, I understand that the resistance level is broken. Yes, but we have not retested it as support. Lock in your profits. And you can see that moveset ended up being a fake out, right? We weren't sure whether or not the market structure was going to hold. What we did know though, and I remember this day because that's the day I picked up the car. I remember this candlestick because I was sitting in the car at the time and I said, look, I have to drive for 5 hours. This wick high, and I have the line still drawn. This wick high breaks, you enter along. Why did I say that? And this is an educational standpoint. Why did I say that wick long? Well, because although we were in extreme overbought conditions, the market continued to use the EMAs as support, right? So we were still using them as support. Market structure ended up breaking the wick high. We entered a simple long position. We were still on weekend volume. We wanted to take those profits. What happened Monday morning? Boom, market got wrecked. Why did we enter the wick high break? Well, because we knew the wick high breaks, we are going to see another move set. What we didn't know though was whether or not 2711 was going to be used as support. Does this make sense? If this level, of course, we're trading into it, we don't know if this level structure is going to hold. What we do know is, yes, we're trading into that zone, right? We're locking in those profits on the way towards the upside, but we don't know if it's going to hold. So why risk your trade account and pretend like, okay, this is it. It broke. We have to hold. No, it didn't hold. It broke EMAs. It used them as resistance. Underwater, wreck city. And that's why I tell you guys, all these YouTubers and everyone on YouTube, I've noticed, they all do the same trading style. They'll enter a swing position and their bias will not change. They'll say, no, Bitcoin's going to 75K by December. Bitcoin's going to 100K by January. Guys, no one can say that. No one can guess what exact time Bitcoin is going to do what. There is a reason why I teach you 4-hour intervals, because guess what? 4 hours in a day, right? 4 hour intervals you're trading within a day. That's 4 hours later, something is going to happen. You can do anything with your life within those 4 hours and come back and the market might be the exact same way. Guess what? Look at Ethereum. The 4-hour interval, we were trading here on about 2 days ago. 48 hours ago, we're in the same zone 48 hours later. Guess what? There's probably people out there that are saying, okay, guys, we have a triple bottom confirmation. We're going to enter a long position. That's the reality of things, right? We entered the trade from a long perspective and a short perspective in the same exact zone that we were trading 2 days ago. We made money both ways, and we are still in that same position. And there's probably people sitting there in that one swing position they've had. Their bias is Ethereum's going to moon, and they're underwater. That is the point of my trading, and this is why I teach you guys the way I teach you, is because I need you guys to understand we are in a scalp market. There will be a time when I send you spot positions. There will be a time when I say, okay, guys, swing long, swing this, swing that. We are not in the market conditions to be swinging anything. And the reason for that is unless all-time high breaks on Bitcoin, I don't give a shit. We're not in any sort of massive run opportunity until we break all-time high. Because I explained to you guys in the last live stream, when all-time high is broken, the psychological part that comes from that is why we entered those trades. And we don't want to be counter trading ourselves near the top. Yes, that's why we are scalping. We are making money both ways in this market, regardless of what market conditions are. Do we care? Do we care about the elections coming up? No, because we know we're going to make money both ways, right? Yes, there's going to be volatility, of course. Just like anything else, there's going to be volatility. But if we're just entering and exiting trades for some massive profits, does it really matter to us? No, it does not. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you guys, is when you are trading these positions, you need to drill it into your head. If you are up 3%, 5%, 7%, I don't care. Take your profits, because nothing is guaranteed. And I explained this to you guys last time too. Yes, we have our targets, right? So 68.8, for example, was a Bitcoin long on the V-shaped formation. Does that mean this candlestick that you entered on is going to go straight to 68.8? No, that doesn't mean anything, right? We have our target, but we don't know when that target is going to hit. That is the main point of my conversation. We know that the target will hit. We know the direction of the trade. That's why we just long. And I'll explain to you guys really quickly, and this is very important, how you can utilize this to the max. First things first, look at Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame. Look at all these wicks that happen, right? So there's a trade opportunity within the trade opportunity. So what that means is we know that there's a V shape, right? So that's step number one. We are bullish, so we're looking for long positions only. Step number two, We broke above the exponential moving averages and then used them as support. That's your second confirmation. Now you're looking at it from this perspective and you're saying, okay, wait, why was there so many wicks in this zone at 67.7? All you do is you draw a line within that zone. If Bitcoin ends up breaking above that resistance, you enter a long position. Where is your profit going to be? Your profit is going to be around this zone right here, around the wick high opportunity. This is also a major resistance point. All you would do is you lock in the profits on the way towards the upside. Then you simply wait. Wait for the market to decide what it wants to do. Oh, look, the market's bouncing on the exponential moving averages. What am I going to do here? Well, just looking at previous price analysis, where were the most amount of wicks? Oh, what is this? You have 3 wick opportunities here, huh? Maybe I'll enter a long position again on this wick break. Wick structure broke, there's a squeeze. Do you see what I'm saying? Our main target remains to be at 68.8, but we are locking in profits all the way towards the upside, scalping the move. Can we swing position it? Yeah, for sure, you can. But guess what? It's not guaranteed. We don't know if the V-shaped formation is going to happen or, of course, just see a fake out situation right when the EMA is hit. That is the point of the conversation, right? That's why I tell you guys, look, you can make a lot more money in this market scalping versus just entering one massive swing position during a consolidation zone on Bitcoin. There are times when you swing in Bitcoin and there are times when you patiently just scalp. These are one of those times where you're patiently scalping. You can swing for sure. I'm not saying you can't swing, but understand the risk with swinging as well. With elections coming up, you enter a long position here at 66K. Something happens, market nukes, and now we're trading at 61K. Then it just slow bleeds back to the words downside. And guess what? You're the guy that longed the top, and now you have to draw down for the next 6 months. Pain, not sleeping, struggling. Is there a point to that? Versus the one guy that just entered a scalp position. Oh no, the trade broke. I'm locking in my profits. I'm moving on. And that's the guys, like, I always hear this from a lot of people and it sucks. It's like, hey, Pingu, I'm up like $600 or I'm up $500 or $300 today. Should I close my position? Guys, you need to understand there's people out there that will work 12, 14, 16 hours or even weekly sometimes just to make that salary that you guys made in 5 minutes from the trades that I've given you. Learn to enjoy your profits. It's okay if you've made money and now you're like, okay, I'm bored. I want to enter another position. I've started noticing that a lot more from every single person in the Telegram. We will enter a trade. Everyone will profit. We will close. I'll go MIA for like 3 or 4 hours. And all of a sudden I'll get messages like, hey man, Bitcoin's doing this. Hey man, Ethereum's doing this. No. The trade was done. You have your profits for the day. If there's another trade setup, I will let you know. Otherwise, don't force yourself. There's no reason to force yourself. There are other trade opportunities that you might notice and you can enter yourself, but let's say you're up $1,000. Is it really worth the risk to enter again on your own in the same sort of trade setup that we've already profited on? No. If you're really bored, sure, you can enter a low leverage position with smaller margin and then have some fun with it. Go ahead. But again, that's my point, guys, is like every single day I give you guys trades. Every single day you can see within the Telegram. I don't know how many wins we've had within the past few months. And again, it's very rare that I'm wrong in terms, and I'm not being cocky, I just genuinely mean it. Very rare that I'm wrong in terms of trade setups. And the reason why is because I send quality trades to you guys. I'm not going to sit there and give you guys 5 different trades a day and be like, okay, guys, this is a trade setup. And then good luck to everyone. No, there's no point of that. One or two good trades a day is enough. And there are 1 or 2 opportunities. I always get the question, Pingu, how is it that when you sleep and then you wake up and then the market does what it wants? It's because I know the timings of everything, right? I know when the market is going to see volume, when the market slows down. For example, right now, the market's slow, right? Look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. We're moving $1. Why? Why is the market all of a sudden slow? Well, A, it's Friday. B, stock market is going to close soon, or probably close. Most hedge funds are definitely closed right now. There's going to be no volume in the market. So why the hell would you want to trade something like this? It doesn't make sense. We already traded the news. We already locked in those profits. Move on with your day. Go do something else with your life. Like literally go outside, touch grass, do something else, or learn. Go throughout the week. Friday and Saturday should be you sitting down with every single trade that you've taken, going back on the chart, analyzing that trade and see what mistakes you did and what you're going to change for the next week. I can sit here and hold your hand for the rest of the month and tell you exactly what to do. But if you're not analyzing your own trades and your own entries and everything yourself, you're not going to learn. I might go MIA for the next 3 months. Who knows, right? You guys have seen me do it 2 months I was MIA during the wedding season. Before that, I just took like a month and a half off just because I'm like, yo, this is too much. I'm overstimulated. When I'm overstimulated, I'm done. And the reason for that is, again, because there's so much going on. I'm just like, I don't want to give you guys trades and make you lose money. So peace out. When that happens, though, what do you guys do? That's why I always tell you guys, don't depend only on me for trades. Enter trades, learn the strategy, learn what I explained to you guys, watch the live streams and do it yourself. But understand the problem, the biggest problem most traders have is A, gambling, and B, over trading. So please be cautious of those two things. If you know you're a gambler, use lower leverage. If you know you're an overtrader, delete the app if you have to after a winning day. I don't care. Do whatever you need to do. But at the end of the day, that app, that you better not enter multiple trades if you're up a lot of money. That's the point of the conversation. All right. So I tried the demo trade on Blofin and I put 2K on the breakdown and I pulled out when he told us to and I only got $50 profit. Does that sound right? I mean, with demo trading, the simulated trading, there's too much slippage. I don't know. It sounds right. Like, depends on how much leverage you're using. But again, with demo trading, with the slippage, it's not going to make sense anyways. You're better off, just like I said, just trying with the live account and then practicing, like, smaller amounts. But yes. When you swing, you may get, in the last year, the only wrong red I've seen on your channel was the day World War III. Yeah, Peter, you're right. And I'm not going to say I'm perfect. Again, when it came down to that day for the World War III, I didn't know. You guys are right. I didn't know the fact that there was a war that was going to happen. I remember the day very clearly. I entered a trade. I went MIA for like 10 minutes and I came back and Bitcoin dropped like $6,000. And I was like, what the hell just happened? And I go on Twitter and I just see World War III, Israel, this, that. It was like, whoa. I was like, whoa. Like, it was just, and at that point, that news is completely different, right? So that's what I'm saying. There's times in the market where we don't trade. There's times in the market we do trade. Right now, the market is on easy mode. It is very much on easy mode until, of course, today's news update. And now easy mode's a little bit different. But you can see that, yes, we are still in this consolidation zone. This is all noise. When we were trading above the exponential moving averages, long. Now we're sideways. This is, of course, a no trade zone or a scalp zone. Break of this wick low. Now we're in bear territory. Now we're only shorting. Very simple trade setup, guys. That's all we have to do. Very simple trade setup for you guys. But yeah. Tubby, you might have to go live trading and try it out. But yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna end the live stream here just because it's a Friday. I don't want to again, when I practice what I preach, I actually want to go do something else. But guys, update: Blofin has done the Rolex giveaway start. There's nothing you have to do. You just trade normally and then you'll win awards. And I would highly suggest it. I sent the poster to you guys. But even if you have like a $200, $300, $400 account, you'd be shocked that you can probably hit that 1 million within like a week. It's a month-long campaign. So I highly recommend you guys just trying out Blofin, just moving some money into it, or of course, and winning the prize, because it's super simple. Most of you guys that are already on Blofin have been trading. Most of you have already hit that target. That, of course, starts as of today. So just continue what you're doing for the next month, and you might get an email and say, hey, you just won a Nintendo Switch. Hey, you just won a MacBook. That doesn't mean you start forcing yourself to trade. Just trade as you've been trading. Just letting you guys know the campaign has started today. The link is in the bio if you guys want to join Blofin. But again, highly recommend it just because it's so easy to do. Like some of the whale chats, and again, for those whales, you guys already know, some of you guys have already hit most of the targets. And it's like right there. So it's just trade normally. I'm continuing to work for you guys, trying to get you cooler stuff. And so that's about it. I just want to share that. One question: Doge tends to run on Friday night, and it seems Musk is having a conference tonight. What's your take on this? Again, that's news, that's noise. I don't really care for it. Right now, looking at Doge, again, you can see that we have hit close to 0.13. We're not at the main target yet, but this isn't something that's bullish by any means. This is quite bearish. We've lost the structure of 0.136. We had multiple wick opportunities towards the downside. Even on the daily time frame, we're continuing to test our 9 exponential moving average. We are still extremely overbought. I can name 5 different things as to why the conference is not bullish, but again, anything can happen, right? That's the point of Doge. Anything can happen, but as long as we hold above the 20 EMA here, then yes, we are still bullish on the breakout territory. But to keep the noise away, and again, if you want to make your trading very simple, here's your line. All you do is set that line up right around this zone. If Doge ends up breaking that white line, go ahead and long. Otherwise, just ignore it. Literally just ignore it. And that's it. That's pretty simple. Yeah. So I hope you guys, thank you guys for coming, of course. Step number 1, thank you for coming. And I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys make money today. Yeah, so I will let you guys do your thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I appreciate the likes. Honestly, guys, I do. I appreciate the comments on the Doge videos. I appreciate everything you guys have done. We're at 1,600 Telegram members. My only ask from you guys, is, again, I'm about 70 subscribers away from 7,000. If I post a video, just like and comment on it, because the algorithm has been pushing on my videos quite a bit, and the channel is growing. I want to see 7,000 by at least the next week. I'd imagine I can probably hit it if you guys help me out here. I don't think we'll hit the goal of 10,000 at the end of the year. Again, I don't know. Who knows? But I'm not too many high expectations there. But yeah, I just appreciate the likes again and the comments on the videos. That's all I ask from you guys. And I will continue just giving you guys free trades, free everything, free classes, free live streams. I don't need to charge you guys. You guys already know this. And yeah, cool. All right. Anyways, peace out. Talk later. Enjoy your Fridays. I don't want to see anyone message me and say, hey, Pingu, is this a trade idea on a Friday? Learn to take your days off. I'll see you guys, as usual, Sunday night for the next fireworks show of course, deciding where Bitcoin goes for the week. I'll give you guys that market update on Sunday. Friday and Saturdays are usually my day off. I will answer questions, of course, but I will not give you guys trade setups. If something does happen interesting, sometimes Saturday nights we see sometimes we see something interesting, I will just make note of it for you. But otherwise, I will continue just doing what I do normally. Anyways, thanks guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And we will talk again Sunday. Yeah. All right. Peace out. That's it for me.